that's what that has to do with. But we really getting the best out of this stand today, huh?
Yeah, how right is that?
Get multiples on
Oh man, I just saw, man, this 3-on-1.
I see.
That's the spirit. That's cold blooded. Hey, may the Lord do what the Lord do.
Take a picture of that so we can document it. To make it. Hey, Jake innovated. We just saw Jake ride by on the scooter with about he had about 5-6 cases of water on the scooter. He's speeding by. You know it was Jake.
We make it happen, Captain. Hey, this that living over in London and Europe, that's a whole other different vibration too. I just, coming off with what's going on there in the UK right now. They even in France, they go like so much bullshit go hard, but then they uprise of the people. Right now, it's so many. I saw one of the memes about they had about 9 or 10 different places around the earth right now that's all in riots and uproar right now. And uproar to the people. This is their time.
And most of them are countries that are connected to that was connected to America financially, or America sending their proxies in there to do stuff, man. And like we said, these nations are angry with this stock market thing, and it's basically American allies, and all these allies are now starting to look at America sideways, and the whole BRICS thing is looking much more lucrative and appealing to them. So what do you think they're gonna go to, man? You standing here outside of you stand outside of a restaurant, and you look in the one window, man, the dude picking his nose. He picking his nose and over the pots. All right, and then you're looking in the next restaurant, and everybody's clean and professional in there. Which restaurant you gonna go in? Right. So the dude in there that's picking his nose is still stirring the pots. You ain't trying to go in there. Right. That's basically the American financial and banking system. The nations don't want to deal with it.
Back in the day, the money used to be silver certificates, backed in silver and gold. All right. What the BRICS offering now is gold. What America's now offering is Federal Reserve notes, just an IOU, a reflection of debt.
Another one with D's and a beard.
Wait a minute. D's and a beard. I'm glad I missed that.
That's number 8.
I don't want to see it.
That's number 8.
Lord have mercy. How the hell you got a beard and
I don't know what's going on right around here. This Loyola dude with titty scene, man. I said that's even weird for Boys Town. Man. You ever see that shit, Boys Town?
They say them gays over there like
he was 6'3".
Yeah. We saw one look like Brock Lesnar. The gay version. Right? The dude was almost 400 pounds, man. He's about a good 375, about 6'4", right? And he also has some ginormous
to his knees.
Oh no, that wasn't even that wasn't even him. It was one bigger than him. And he was full of tattoos. All right. So it's a very weird vibration going on right here. This will be even weird for some ancient Romans.
They be like, damn.
What the fuck is thou? Right.
Caligula like
you want the second episode 15 or
bring it out. Matter of fact, we can bring them both out, man. Start at 15.
Okay.
Because that's where we are. Because they're talking about Iranian hackers, Chinese hackers. So the banking system is now threatened. Now you got this new foiled attempt, a second assassination attempt on Trump now. It's just non-stop, and then the Israelis being exposed for what they're all their lies. It's real hot right now, man. And they deployed 4,000 Marines to Western Asia last week. And see, I don't know if people understand how the military works, all right? But I've always told brothers, when the Army deploys, when they send Navy ships, it's not that serious a matter. Once Marines start deploying, it's serious, because you got to understand, Marines are tip of the spear. All right, when they send the Marines, because they don't send Marines to go sit, they send Marines to go penetrate something. And that's how the military works. The Marines go and they penetrate some shit, all right? And you got the Air Force and the Navy are they taxi. The Air Force taxis the Marine for around. The Air Force and the Navy provides air support to soften up a target if they're going to go penetrate. And then they go and they penetrate that area. Then it's the Army's job to come sit on that shit so it doesn't get taken back. That's how it works. The Marines go in, they take it. The Army comes in and sits on it, and so that they don't get taken back. And then the Marines go to the next objective. That's how they do. And so then they try to secure everything in between to where they went, and then the Army comes sit on that too. But this time, it's not. That shit ain't gonna work. And you don't have enough soldiers. We're looking at dudes with titties. You don't have, and all of them are fighting. Those are, and look, who are they gonna go fight, man? All right, see, you've pampered and confused these people, you know, as to what a man and a woman is, and then trying to, you know, and blurred the lines, and now you don't have a fighting force that's even capable of fighting. So what are they gonna do? Take you gonna take all these foreigners that came in, and some of them are gonna fight against you. You got problems, man.
What about the Russian Navy? It's like they're still in the ocean. They're still around, right?
They're still on the board, 80 kilometers.
Yeah,
They're a permanent base in Cuba.
Yeah, and they're making one in Mexico.
Yeah.
See? Hey, it's still in the water. They're still here.
Just to back you up with how you send your best first, this is Numbers 2 and 9. All that were numbered in the camp of Judah were 100,000 and 4,000 and 6,400 throughout their armies. These shall first set forth. You send your most dynamic, you send that one that's going to do the most damage, that's going to actually...
Hey, Kwame Yasharala.
All right? And so like you said, the Marines, it's basically like what the Lord said, send Judah first. Go up there and send these mighty men over there to go ahead and put a dent in this, and then they'll collapse the weapon family. This is going down, because I remember when you said that, and they said...
And why you saying that? The brother yells Kwame Yasharala out the window. Hey, come on,
Iowa plates. Iowa plates?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, they doing good work out there now. And this troop is over, man. This is all over the planet, man. All right?
That's why Vocab did one of his failed campaign.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It didn't work.
right.
Set up. Did you see that video with the one dude who said that, I think I sent it to you on the gram, but he was basically saying showing how he got a big ass house, stuff just to come against the Hebrew Israelites. And it's like, man, anybody want to make this man? You want to live like this? Want to just do lessons against the Hebrew Israelites? Thank you, Vocab. Thank you, because he was a Vocab. Thank you, Vocab.
Wow.
That's how you become a Jesuit and get that money.
He said, become a Jesuit and come get this money. He said, if you want to live like this, you want to fly over here. And he did another story like, I'm in this islands or whatever, and I'm over here, I'm doing big. All you have to do is make videos, Jesuit.
So men with garments down to the foot with borders of blue that teach the gospel of the 12 tribes, the gospel of the Bible, basically. That's the threat. That's the true threat. We don't have bombs and guns and all that shit.
What did the Jewish
We
woman
simply
say?
have the truth. She said the biggest threat to Israel is black people in America. What is not just so-called black people, is Israelites in America and Israelites around the world. Because our brothers over there, you know, in London and in other parts of the world, they're doing great damage against your lives, man. That's right. Right? Preaching the gospel, you have watch the shot. Go ahead and bring out that answer. Yeah.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another."
And we're seeing it all over the world right now. And you think that it's not going to happen in America. When it happens here, we and you know what? And a lot of people know it, man. When I was with Tanya earlier, and we went to watch the pre-show on her roof, she showed me her bug out bag. And she ordered a book, a survival book, a book about how to survive when the lights go out. And she didn't even know it came with a whole bag. She showed me the bag. It's got water in it and the antiseptic and the pills, and you know, all the little portable stove, the portable tent, and the makeshift bag, everything. I'm like, damn. I don't know where she got it from, but,
It ain't
but you
one
know,
safer than that.
but the point is, the point is that she had, at least she has the right mindset.
That vibration is out there.
That vibration is out there was the point of me saying.
Yep.
All right.
It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right. No, and literally over there in London, they literally got knives, swords in their hands, man. Hammers. You know, a sword is any weapon. You know, and then the ultimate sword today is the firearm, guns. Right. And there's plenty of those. There's more guns in America than people. So.
The majority of the UK and they don't have guns like that. Even the police only certain police officers are even allowed to carry guns. When I lived over there, to see a police with a gun was like out of every seen 20 to maybe 30 police officers, maybe one of them got one. It wasn't a regular gun; it was an assault rifle. They didn't MP5. They didn't even carry regular handguns.
Yeah,
it was an assault rifle. I'm not to say they might not have had one of them. I was so in the day, like, God damn it. They walk around like the AK, like what the hell? But then majority of the MPs, they were just regular. They came up to me.
Yeah, they just got a stick.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Right. That's it. Right.
You know?
Yep. Verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Yeah.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And you know what's funny that's going on right now? What they do with the Democrats, Republicans, and Trump versus Kamala and so forth. It's so much division in American politics right now. If they, I was listening to some, I don't know if it was Gardner with an open-minded thinking show. I can't remember because every pundit is speaking the same thing right now. That's how you know what time we're living in.
Yeah.
Right. And they basically said, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you set up and don't let Trump in, then you're gonna have these people come up and rise up. If you do put Trump in, you're gonna have these other people rise up. It don't matter who you put up,
right?
It's gonna be some shit.
Yep.
Right, and there's another thing too. They're trying to enact the 14th Amendment, and see that's gonna feed right into what you just read, because what that 14th Amendment, what that rule does is that what they're trying to say is that any individual that has ever that was ever part of any movement to overthrow the government or cause insurrection or whatever cannot run and be eligible for president. So literally what that means is that if Donald Trump, even if he wins, all right, which more than likely he will unless they interfere, all right, they if he wins, then they're going to remove him from office. They're gonna remove him. Yeah, they're gonna remove him from office. If they let that man win and then remove him from office, you best believe city halls will be on fire. Probably about 10 minutes later. All right. Okay. And it's not gonna be by. It's gonna be by white males. That's guaranteed, man. And democratic cities, these big strongholds like Chicago, there's going to be a lot of attacks on people of color, man. They're gonna have a field day in this area when them good old boys ride through here. But they're gonna have niggas, spigots, Arabs, Africans, and they're gonna have 6 foot tall dudes with beads. They're gonna have plenty of targets around here, man. Because you know them good old boys, they definitely don't want them guys like that around them either. You know, and because or at least not in the open.
No, they're not in the open.
Yeah. You know, so it's about to be some mess.
That's it.
All right, it's seriously about to be some mess.
So continuing on, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah, because they're gonna shut down everything. All right, they're gonna put up. I mean, look how you can't. You know, if you go walk through right now, you can go walk all over around Grant Park, around Millennium Park. But when they put up a lot of Paloozers, you know, the way they were able to put up hits like that, and I'm thinking, damn, how easy is it going to be able to do that in neighborhoods?
Right.
Where you want to block off and cordon off certain neighborhoods, and then we all saw that with a cordon sanitarius from watching that series that they only did one season of.
Yeah, man.
And now we know why, because the C19 thing came a couple years later. Now we see why it was only one season of it. With all the masks and right, but how they use those box cars. Both for the truck and the trains. They stacked them 3 stories high, blocked off, and cordoned off a whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
That was about 4 miles wide, about 5 miles long. They cordoned off that whole thing.
If you go drive by 47, if you drive down 47 to 43rd by those big massive rail yards,
they got them like 10 stories high.
I mean,
they even added to them.
Yes.
So
and they go deep blocks and blocks.
And they got them over by me too. So when you take all those, cause you got that yard over there.
That's right.
So when you take all those train cars, you're gonna be able to block off certain neighborhoods and put turrets and machine guns and soldiers there. And if you cross the line, they gonna heat you up. They sending that hot lead your way. We told you not to, and they're gonna enforce, and then they're gonna be enforcing. Shoot, that make you want to come up here.
It's just bittersweet.
Go to the Hyde Park.
I know it's worse. But in Bosco, and matter of fact, they create or getting you ready for it, because every time doing they'll bring out the salt trucks, so the salt trucks will block shit off certain things, or block off certain area. You think you walk go in the area and be like, oh shit, I can't drive, I gotta go back up. They'll put barriers and so forth, just like we talked about in the past. If there's a big crisis, they're gonna raise the bridges. That's what Esau does. He cordons you to where he can control you. So what's going to change when shit really hit the fan? Why are they developing 15-minute cities? How can they control the 15-minute cities? They're going to have strategically areas mapped out where mathematically you get to one side to the other side in 15 minutes, and everywhere to get inside there, like the scripture says, a man should desire to
do it on a bike.
Right.
They want to take away cars.
That's right.
Hey, even those Teslas that was in that movie that was all bunched up on the expressway.
That's it. That's corral. That's it. The people are loyal.
And they control them cars with nobody in them. You know what I'm saying? Yep. These things ain't just no movie, man. You know?
What they trying to do, what they planning.
That's it. What they call it?
They always got
predictive program.
Yeah. It's like what we talking about. They always tell you what they do before they do it.
Yeah.
And the next president funded the movie. Come on.
Right. Kawinki things.
That was a great script.
As they're actually building a damn temple to this sodomite, and his husband.
You had something, brother?
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
That's ready.
Go.
All you do.
Come bring it out.
Hey.
But he brought it because of what I just said. That's going to happen. That's a prophecy.
That's what we're talking about.
Exactly. It's written and it's going to happen. And it's already been happening. It's about to happen again.
Yep. So continuing on, verse 18, it says, 2nd Ezra 15 and 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You see, these are the things that's about to happen right soon. You see, you're going to want to be led by the Spirit, man, and understand what's going on. That's why Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Wisdom and knowledge of what? Of the will of the Father, of the righteousness of the Father, right? Of the prophecies, right? And all these things that he said that was going to come to pass, which are the prophecies, man. You see, those who know these things is going to be cooler than the other side of the pillow, like I always like to say, as opposed to, going crazy. Like when you're not stable in your mind, right, man, you bugging out.
Start panicking.
Exactly.
That's that delusion.
Yep. And so it says, a man shall, verse 19, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right. So when this food, when when there's no food supplies coming into the city,
Yep.
the markets are gonna get jumped. Just walking down the street with a couple of bags.
Man.
He better have a squad with him,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
What was happening back
Because
in
he rolling like that by himself.
Marauders.
Ham and the Pushites gonna roll up on him, pack his ass up, and run off with his, run off with his bags.
What's that going on with the seats going on? Where are people following people home from the groceries, from the grocery stores, and they think they can come home, getting their stuff out the car just to get their shit taken. Right, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, all the Brodies out there.
It was happening heavy in California. It was happening a lot.
You know what old girl saying? You can just take whatever you want, whatever you need, you just go. That was the plan. You know what I'm saying? But that was the plan. And taking you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. All right. And we're telling you these things, man, giving you the warning right now. All right. So you can get yourself together, straighten up and fly right, so you can be led by the Spirit and taken care of by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, because the truth of the matter is, I don't care how mighty you are, how strong you are, how well you can fight, whatever, any of that. If the Lord is not with you, right? If the Lord is not with you, you're not gonna make it.
I gotta preach that, Bob.
Like, what's this?
Right.
Hey, I can't wait to know these beasts. Everybody got a damn beast. When you can't feed these beasts, then beasts gonna eat you.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, now that you brought that up, there's a story they plan to do a lesson on, and it's about a tiger. Let me see if it's still in my phone. I started reading the story, was like, damn, gotta do a lesson on this one. That's another thing.
Yeah, see, but again, this is why the prophets are out here to warn you. Like it says in Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, because that's what happens at the downfall of any particular kingdom. You see? And the scripture says that these things are going to happen when you rule with unrighteousness, right? With unrighteous ways, like it says, injuries and riches got by deceit. All right, the kingdom, all right, is translated from one people to another, and it's no different now. This is going to be the last translation, man. All right,
That's right.
And before our Lord and Savior comes, all right, you're going to have all these things going down. The same thing that happens when a kingdom is going down. All right, these different nations, they see the chinks in the armor, all right, and then that's why the scriptures in that Psalms 2, why does the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right, because what's happening is these nations, they have a ruling class mentality and they want to be the superpower. So when they see the superpower that's in power currently, all right, and they see the chinks in the armor, all right, they vying for the next top spot. You see? But this is all according to the will of the Father, man. He already got who next, all right? And forever, which are the Israelites, the special chosen children, man.
Con, I found that story, man, about, these beasts with teeth to tear and, that the spirit's created for vengeance.
Yes, sir.
And this was a crazy story. But there was a Siberian tiger that a poacher shot, wounded a tiger that had just made a kill. So he did some slick shit. He let the tiger hit something that, he watched the tiger catch the prey. And instead of him, he shot the tiger and wounded him and then stole the prey. All right? What's up, man? Right, it says, all right, and stole part of his recent kill. The tiger later found the cabin that the poacher was living in and waited at least 12 entire hours for the poacher to come home. Now, because they shortened the story here, the poacher wasn't there. So the tiger basically tore down the door, went there and destroyed everything that had his smell on it. He knew his smell. Then it came back, all right, it says the tiger waited at least 12 hours for the poacher to come home the tiger then killed and ate the man upon his return. That's some crazy shit, man. You know? So it's like, oh, this bitch nigga that shot me, right? Yeah, wounded him, but he didn't die.
And then stole my shit.
And took his food.
That's all right. I got him. I got your ass.
So get that scripture that the Spirit's created for vengeance, man.
Yeah,
So the Lord did that then. What more, you know, come on, man. That story intrigued me. I was like, what the?
That's power right there. That's scary right there, man. And
This way, he's following his smell. Oh, this way he's staying.
And that reminds me like of elephants. Elephants have a very keen sense of memory, and there's elephants that will do the same thing, and they'll say, "Oh, you fuck with me," or
And it's years later down the
right,
road.
right.
Yeah.
And I found out through the spirit that they pass on, animals pass on to their unseen enemies to they communicate. They said that there's certain animals that if you bother them, that they will come attack you, but then when after they die, their children will continue to attack you.
Damn, they like
know
David on his deathbed
yeah.
telling Solomon,
You can't be,
don't let the sun go down. Get that.
Get him.
Get him. I got that Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 verse 28. It says there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
So the spirit of that tiger was created for vengeance, man, because clearly that man had a death date with the Lord. All right, and he lived his whole life until it was time, and the Lord used that tiger to do it. All right, read.
It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Right, and their fury lay on sore strokes, man, painful strokes, giving pain as he's doing it. Go ahead.
It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that
so
made them.
It appeases the wrath of the Lord which made it, man. Like I said, this story still, it just blew my mind when I read it, man.
Yep.
Right.
It reads on. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Right. Fire has a life in it, man. A spirit in it.
Teeth of wild beasts.
Teeth of wild beasts.
And scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction.
Right, and you know when a Siberian tiger, man, when they stand up, you know their head is like way up here somewhere. All right, you know their head is like way, you know, they're huge, man. All right.
You saw try to eradicate them when you so scared of them.
Yeah, they're when they stand up, their heads are like this. When they walking, but the tiger's actually taller than the lion. To show you know that they're taller, all right. The lion is thicker and heavy, the full-grown male, but the average a full-grown male tiger is around 700 pounds. Every now and then you'll have a freak of nature tiger. It's actually as big as a lion, which is frightening because the truth of the matter is a tiger is even more agile than a lion is.
And they killed one.
Yeah, they killed because lions are packs. Tigers kill it solo, so they're even more dangerous.
I found the article. I'm not going to read it all, but it says this. Crows also hold on grudges and pass it on to their offspring, even subsequent generations.
Wow. So, son, this family, this house, you gonna shit on their cars forever.
Yes.
So there you go, man. Right.
That's Lord. That's showing you the power of the Lord. You can't escape. There ain't no escaping, man.
Now I ain't gonna tell them, wait for them to clean it. No. Right, wait till it's shiny.
Right.
And if you know birds are actually they're valiant. All right. A bird with this bird it was a nest of, there was some baby young nest chicks, whatever. If you came too close to that bird will sacrifice himself by coming at you and peck you.
Yeah.
Come attack you.
I see them do it to hawks.
Yes.
To falcons. The bird, when they fly too close to their nest, the mother and father come out and start pecking at at birds of prey.
Yeah, say, hey, get the fuck away from me.
Right.
Get away, because that maternal instinct, that paternal instinct comes out. All right, and the Lord put a spirit into the crows, whereas they can do a lot of mimicry and do a whole lot. And they're the most intelligent.
They're very intelligent
creatures. They use tools and everything. They can't get an object. They'll say, "Wait a minute, I get this twig, break it off, and this way that I can go ahead and get it out. You don't play with the Lord, because the Lord controls the spirits, man. And the Lord controls the spirits of the animals, man. That's why I love the movie Avatar, and it showed you one of the people who take down, like the Lord of Sabaoth, one of the armies of the Lord is his creatures, man.
Yeah.
The Leviathan's coming.
And he says we're going to be in league.
with the stones.
So what happens when we going against the nations and all, you know, we're somewhere hunting down Elam and over in India and Pakistan and all that, and and then they're trying to, you know, and then the tigers come out and join us. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, you know?
That's
Beautiful,
man.
against him.
Right,
Yes.
right, because we're going to be in league with even the beasts, man.
That's right, man.
And
All
they
right.
worship some of these animals.
Yeah.
You won't be able to control them.
Right.
right.
So that's gonna fuck them up.
Yeah.
The
And I mean,
snakes and
we seen the story too when the elephant killed that woman, and then they had a funeral, and they went to her funeral and knocked over her casket and stomped their ass out again. Y'all see that story? Yeah. It trampled her to death, and then they had the funeral to honor her. He was like, oh, y'all honoring this bitch? He went to her funeral and re-killed her again.
Damn.
All right?
Made sure.
Made sure.
Hold on, man.
Right. Yeah, man. So, you know, like you said, the teeth of beasts, the Lord ain't playing, man.
Nah.
All right? He ain't playing. In this place, and second Ezra's is upon us, man.
The Lord said in Isaiah the 14th chapter, the trees said, there's no feller to come to chop us down anymore. There's a spirit in all creation, man. There's a spirit that the Lord has put in all the everything that He's made, all right? And they go through a catharsis, man. He said the earth is mourning right now. How's the earth mourning? Well, just look at the sky, chemtrails, look at the sea. It's oil and pollution.
Yeah,
all right.
We know there's a spirit in these trees, and they're all mourning. With these half dead branches, you know, funny color leaves and half dead branches in June and July. You know, trees with some of these trees got colors on them that you don't even see until the fall, man. Bring it out, brother.
This Romans chapter 8 and verse 19, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willing, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope. Point being, it said the earnest expectation for the creature, which is the creation, which is everything, you wait for the sons of God to manifest, man. Because when our Lord and Savior comes back, it says in Malachi the 4th chapter, He's going to come back with healing in His wings. Right now, everything is dead, it's polluted, and it's mourning because of who's ruling the earth right now.
Right, and I had that conversation with my client earlier, man. You know, speaking about, you know, things that's going on in the world and how people over there can't be the people of the Lord because of prophecies. Do you believe, you know, you always talk about Christian this and Judaism this. Do you believe that? Old school so do you believe in it? I think that was like an 86 or 87. I had a girl that had one just like that. I said, you can't, you know, look at the condition of the world and what's going on in the land of Israel, how it's affecting the whole earth. I said, these people can't be the people. Look what they're doing. I said, the scripture clearly says that they will be a guiding light to the people. Right? These people are, you know,
But it's almost a civil war there right now.
Yeah, right. I explained all that. I said, yeah, they want BB out of there. BB is wanted for crimes against humanity by his own people. They trying to put him out, you know. I said,
nobody ever went to the Israelis for the light. Like it says, you're going to come to the children of the Most High.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to come. Nobody's going to the Israelis for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. The only thing people go over there for is to be trained for the police by the Mossad, man.
I almost want to turn the camera around, but
so that little girl's gonna be all messed up.
God knows.
Go ahead.
This Micah chapter 4 verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the God of Jacob, and He will teach us of His ways, and we will walk in His paths. For the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from it, from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
No more weapons. I told her that. Go ahead.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
Yep.
Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation.
And I explained that there's more war since those people went there than ever in the history of mankind. And they're responsible for so much blood. All right? How could these people be the people? Read.
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
So I basically broke that down.
Right.
And then I added the fact that King David was be sitting on the throne again. So where's David? How can these be the people? All right, they're not the people, man. And the world is starting to acknowledge that, which is eventually going to kill this internet, which is why they went after Scott Ritter in the first place. Because Scott Ritter is exposing and going so hard on Israel, and now he's going even harder on them. Now that they, went and did what they did to him when they brought the FBI in. All right, and what that really is just showing you that the famine of the word is coming. They want to shut everyone and everything down. Right?
We ain't gonna speak on it more publicly.
You know what? Dude look like a lady.
All right.
Dude look like a lady is gonna be the theme song for this neighborhood.
Man, this is an article. I just Googled Civil War brewing in Israel. Watch how many articles. It's in the looming civil war, the Israeli right has the upper hand. That's one. And Israeli civil war, Israel-Palestine conflict. Civil war in Israel is not unthinkable. Protests in Israel have the country's president's warning of a possible civil war. Netanyahu says there will be no civil war in Israel amid protest. Why are all these articles are talking about the war? Because see, you get the narrative of the mainstream media or whatever is going to send you off in one direction. But then when you look at the gambit of the podcasts, the bloggers, the independent news journalists, overseas journalists, and so forth, and then you listen to the advent of the cell phone, and everybody damn near got one, and everybody's put on social media and speaking their piece on social media, you can get a more accurate view of what's going on in a particular place. All right, and that's why they can't hide it. That's what they say. They wish they would have not invented the internet.
Yeah, well, a lot of these places, like I wouldn't have known about what was going on in Bangladesh last week if my client didn't actually text me. He was missing his session in the morning. He called me the night before and said I won't be there in the morning. And then he told me, he said Bangladesh citizens overthrew our government last night. So he was, all the shit he's going through and worrying about his family and all that stuff. And it was barely on the news. And then the next day it started coming out. But he said that they're basically, they were turning off Facebook and Instagram and everything. They didn't want people to be showing you, what's going on. Right over, exactly.
Trying to control the fall, control the narrative.
So so that's pretty much going to be everywhere. You think, and it's definitely going to be here.
That's it.
And we're telling you that this all could happen between now and this election. Matter of fact, I think that something else is going to happen this month. I don't think we're going to get through August, August and September without major events. It's just going to continue to go up. And I'm going to tell you right now, we get to January and that man wins this election, if we even have one. Because they, with all the threats that they're making, they're probably going to shut down the internet and blame it on Iran or Pakistan or whatever. All right. But if they do that 14th Amendment and tell this man, well, we know you won, but you can't be the president, man, these good old boys, they shooting everything darker than a brown paper bag, man. You best believe.
And don't get it twisted. The old KKK, the old spirit of hatred is alive and well. There was one Instagram I seen of little kids, two little black boys doing the drumming, whatever.
Yeah.
And Esau ran them up out of there and made them lead. He called the popo to make them lead. So now the little kids mad, and the little kids like, man, fuck you, man, fuck y'all, beat your ass. I'm talking about little kids. And these grown ass redneck, whatever you want to call them, they'll say, look at these little niggers. That's why, and you see how violent these little niggers are, even at the young age. And the rhetoric that came out of their mouth, you would have thought it was back in 1942. You know what I'm saying? And over some kids who were just trying to hustle some money by playing on the goddamn drums.
Hey, them dudes, no, they were playing on the buckets or drums.
The buckets.
Yeah, that shit irritates shit out of me. I be ready to slap the shit out of myself. Right. And then what really aggravates me is the grown men that do it. They used to be little kids.
Right.
And they still doing it. And I already told you, dumbass nigga, go get a real drum. You will get way more money. Put the bucket out there to put the money in and actually get it. Instead of buying so much weed, each one of y'all could have a drum by now. And you know, and you'd actually make more money. But you dumbass niggas, but you're gonna go buy these damn Jordans and buy all this weed and squares instead of getting the tools you need to get your hustle.
And we say this all the time in softball. We actually tools and fees for softball umpire fees, for the league team fees, league fees, and every nigga cry broke every single week. But guess what? Every nigga got
Rolling up.
They rolling up, they drinking up, they smoking up through the whole line. But how you ain't got money to pay the fees, but you got money to get to get your trees. You know what I'm saying? That's Jake, man. Dumbass.
Yeah, Jake, you know, Jake can't get that priority straight. But that is their priority.
Right. Yep.
We often said it, you know. What's going to make Jake happy? A pair of Jordans, flat screen TV, some weed, and a big booty. But you got to add somebody else's big booty.
In the video game.
It's got to be right, and of course the PlayStation, the Xbox, but even more than that, Jokic.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
He don't want his.
Jokic. Every year, you know, because I was listening to in the dojo training clients playing Chris Brown and Tiger, and not one time that they talk about their girls. It was always Jokic.
Especially Chris Brown, boy.
Right. It's always got to be somebody else. And I'm like, man, you motherfucking Chris Brown, you can get any bro. Why you gotta take dude bitch from him?
Right.
Damn. Because it's his.
Right.
Damn.
But they really have the mentality, and they have the mentality of, I don't want to have the hassle to come along with having that bitch. I want to be the side nigga, just I can just hit and leave, and I have to have none of the rest of the responsibility. All this is wicked as hell, man.
Yeah, well, that's actually a doctrine of Jake. I told you when I was a young Marine, I had an older Marine tell me that. You know? Tell me that, no, you don't send the bitches alone.
Somebody said,
and I'm like,
Yeah. Do it.
yeah, it's like, damn.
Damn.
Just pushing us to wickedness, man.
there was,
Quick to do wickedness, man.
I forgot who I was
So this is
talking
what you're going to groom the young man to do.
Yeah. Yep. Because, and that's how they like it. No family structure, no, you know, everything just backwards, man. Every single thing. And this is how they want it,
You
man.
best believe. And the military is very, very wicked in so many ways, especially with all the women there. And like I've always, you know, our brothers heard me say, every time a unit deploys, other military guys got new girlfriends for 6 months to a year.
Hey.
All right, that's right. It's who the same bitches that's on the dock, you know, watching the ship disappear into the horizon with their handkerchiefs crying. Then the same broads is up in there dropping it hot in the club that night.
Man.
And they got a new boyfriend for the next year to 6 months.
Wow.
All right.
and
then they start you know, and then they start, you know, getting cold towards you toward the end of the 6 months or the end of the year, right around the time, right by the time dude you're ready to come home, you know.
And you know, it's really sad.
Or sometimes they just go with the new dude.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember, that made me remember when I was a young man, that something like that happened with me, but I was the wicked nigga that old girl, it's like my man, my fiance, he overseas right now, I can deal with you right now, and my dumb ass, okay, and it's talk, man, and it's really talk at a young age, because there's no structure, there's no rules, no one's following the scriptures, oh my God, that's what the Lord gotta come this point. What does it say? Righteous like soul from day to day, the filthy conversation of the wicked. We can't be here just 20, 30 minutes. It's madness. If y'all can see what was past.
If the camera was on what we've seen in the last hour and a half of what I've seen, I started from when I was here by myself before the brother showed up. Man,
They had their parade a month or two ago, right? And there's still nothing that's going on.
Oh, well, you know, this is still north of Boys Town. It's still there. And then if you go west,
yeah, but the shit up here, like I said, the shit up here is even weird. The shit up here is even weird for the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
This some weird shit, man. I ain't never seen a bunch of linebackers with titties, man.
They got ran out of Boys Town.
They got a jackhammer around the corner.
Yeah, that's what it's called. How you know, huh? How the hell you got a club called the Jackhammer? It remind me of what's the Police Academy? And when they went to the manhole, maybe that was the manhole. Yeah, right. What's up, man? But that just shows you.
As worse as the Swinging Richards.
Swinging Richards.
Oh,
He thought about it, wasn't it? He was like, wait a minute.
that's fucked up.
Hey, the only thing worse is swordplay.
Oh, come on, man.
This is the world we live in, man.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes we gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
That's why you see us laughing sometimes. We be talking about some alien shit, but sometimes we gotta laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's so fucked up.
It's actually a psychological term that goes behind. I forgot what it is, but a lot of times when someone in a very heightened sense of pain, emotion, whatever, they'll actually laugh to release that energy of that sadness or whatever. Sometimes you just gotta
Let it out.
you know.
And that's what Joker was on.
Oh, yeah.
Joker was trying
He
to give
was
you
the best there.
that laughter was not a real laughter. That was really anger.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually they got another one coming out. If the world ain't on fire, actually might go
That's
deep
gonna be a nice one.
with Phoenix and Lady Gaga. And it actually looked like it looked like it's gonna be good. Yeah, no, I believe because hey, look, because my man Phoenix, he one of the best actors out there, man. And Gaga proved that she can hold her own. She a good actress, man. So
What's she playing?
she's been in a ton of stuff. No, so she's not just a singer, man. She can actually act, man. Go ahead and bring it out, brother. She played in the Versace movie.
That's what I'm going. Any of the parts, man, they're good in the arts.
And I believe that woman is Jake. So
Yeah.
she got too much salt, too much. She got too much salt, too much skill. That song, and she got a voice, man. That the vocals that she laid down in that track with Kelly. That Do What You Want With My Body. When I heard that song, I was like, damn.
And they hating on that song.
Yeah, man. No, that song was off the chain, man. Go ahead, brother.
It's Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And the elder was going into how a lot of the wickedness that we see today, because our people, they don't have knowledge of the law. The scriptures tell us to instill our people with the fear of the Lord. What the fear of the Lord is, it drive away sins. Our people would know what things the Lord actually delight in, and would choose those ways and grow into them, rather than what we see today. A bunch of people that's destroyed for they lack the knowledge of the Lord and it's destructive paths that it leads to. You know?
Yeah, it's like Yaka always says, man. America invests in a death style.
Yep.
The American way is a death style, not a lifestyle. All right, because the things that they Elder Karab said it earlier. That these people, he read the scripture about they say that good is evil and evil is good. Everything that's celebrated here is actually a death style, including the food. All right, everything that's bad for you is promoted, man. They promote soda pop, especially that Coke and that Coke and that Pepsi. That stuff has killed a lot of people, made a lot of people sick, man.
They promote calcium, but they say calcium and too much calcium is what calcifies your pineal gland. It causes a lot of inflammation and joint problems in your body.
And now I'm learning too that some inflammation in your body, some of these parasites and shit, they get calcified, so they get protection from the stuff that's supposed to come in and destroy it. So I'm like, damn, ain't that some shit?
They say cholesterol is bad, but then you go into cholesterol. That's the number one thing that your body needs, and the one thing that the baby needs. And they've been telling everyone, get rid of cholesterol. No cholesterol.
Wife to be broke that down. she's worked in that field. She broke that down to me how high cholesterol is all a scam.
That's right.
And she broke the whole thing down to me.
They said that a baby can't even grow. Matter of fact, it gets so cold-blooded. One of the things that's needed for you to even grow naturally as a man, have all your man protein, so forth. When you get your puberty, it's cholesterol. So if you got somebody who's not eating cholesterol, woman that's birthing and then breastfeeding, they don't breastfeed, all right? And and that's what they're going into, that breast milk. The number one thing, one of the number one minerals in breast milk is cholesterol. So when they don't get that, they get the soy, and they get the other shit. That's what actually stunts their growth, and that's just why you get a woman who breastfeeds and a woman who doesn't, and their children the same age. It's like this different.
Yeah, you're right. And it makes sense too when you're thinking about it. Why you got a lot of bodybuilders that use breast milk over steroids. Because you got a lot of bodybuilders who use breast milk over steroids because so you get a broad that's healthy and pregnant. She give you breast milk, you just get jacked. So it can, and if cholesterol's in there, it is what it is.
It's a superfood.
Yeah.
Now we think it's a super disease.
Yeah. So they make everything that's good bad. So they don't give the baby this powder shit instead of the actual breast milk.
My mama's sick, right? So I did research, like you guys always put things on different things to help with medicine, to help her get better. So I'm giving her all the natural foods to eat. She said, no, doctor said, don't take this. This is going to make my stuff worse. I can't take this with you. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? It's not like this doctor on bullshit, man. Because he don't want you to take no natural stuff. Right. All he wants you to do is keep popping these fucking pills.
Because they drug dealers. They legal drug dealers, and then they get incentives from the drug companies to push their drugs. Like Doc at the dojo. He's always coming in and having these meetings with these companies that are and he's fighting with his weight, because every time they come to give the breakdown of the drugs, they always bring food and donuts. So it's like, damn, we're supposed to be doctors, we're supposed to be fat as fuck, eating cakes and donuts. Right, and then I'm maybe and then they have you push them poisons on everybody, because they're Job 13 and 4 real quick, because they're physicians and no value. Because all these drugs, these man-made drugs are temporary fixes. They're temporary. He got a special kind of demon on that. That demon got his ass.
That man said,
God, just like that.
what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Go ahead, bro.
That was scary. I almost said Yaku.
This Job chapter 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
There you go, man. They're forgers of lies, man. All right, they're not healers. They're not physicians. They're actually doctors. And as our beloved elder apostle, taught us all to push and go into the meaning of words. He went into the meaning of the words. The fact that the word doctor means to falsify. You ever heard the term, the word doctor that up?
Right, yeah.
So the word doctor literally and physically means to falsify.
Versus using
right?
the word physician.
Versus being a physician. So you're right, America is full of doctors. They're falsified for profit.
Yep.
Right?
And that's why they have a practice.
And they have a practice to falsify for doctors.
And they're practicing.
For profit.
They never heal you. They're not trying to heal you. They're practicing on you.
Right. Well, let me roll the dice. See which one of these medicines make you feel better.
Well, they tell you. They treat you.
Hide your symptoms.
Right.
Cured patient is lost business.
That's it. No money in it.
That was very. Say that again, brother.
A cured patient is lost business.
There it is, man. That's the way they look at it. When I would look at it the other way around, because other sick people are now going to come. All right, but that's the difference between someone who actually wants to help people and then someone wants to, to pollute money.
And the Lord says, use your physic. The physic, going back to the physician, all of that. The Lord tells you, go back to the herbs, go back to the ground, go back to the land. They will heal you. Matter of fact, it was during the camp a couple of weeks ago. We were looking at the different foliage around the camp, and I was just taking a picture with my plant ID and then showing what the benefits. almost everything that was around us was something that was beneficial to help you through a sickness.
Wow.
And they call all what Esau
Weeds.
they call them all weeds. They all classify weeds under Esau Edom.
Right. They even made a cartoon where the weeds was choking out the flower back in the day. You hear the flower choking and the weed choking it. So they got to come kill the weed. So the weeds are bad, you know. You remember that shit? Right.
That's why they don't have bees.
And they say nasty old weed. The weed sneaking up on the flower.
Right.
You know, choking it.
And that weed will kill you, will heal you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's medicine. I remember as a kid, we used to put that in my head and look the milk up. I don't know what it's for, but that
That's medicine.
I know that they say with the dandelion properties are one of the strongest natural heart medicines that actually strengthen the heart. When a person has got heart issues, that actually fix and heal them.
Every part of the dandelion.
Yeah, so that's it. So, yeah, man. But, you know, Esau Edom is just the wicked. Let's get these last scriptures, bring them out. We're ready to wrap it up.
It's 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and opposition of science falsely so called.
Right, of science falsely so called. So the disciple, the prophet, all right, Timothy, okay, the man of the Lord, Timothy, all right, he warned us that there will come a time when people use pseudoscience to try to supersede true science and push forth lies. Basically, he warned us that that day would come. All right? Simply, you got something you want to say?
The true science is the scriptures. What's to know? Hey, that's in the word of the Heavenly Father in the book of Sirach. They say the Lord have made medicines out of the earth. He that is wise will not abhor.
Right.
So hey, the good things, everything was to know about. Hey, that's within the scriptures.
Exactly.
Everything.
When you add theory to something, you've corrupted it, and then it's not a true science because you don't know.
Right.
You can't say something factual and then say in theory, starting off your sentence.
Right.
Well, in theory, my hypothesis, no. Yes or no. Let your yay be yay, your no be no.
Right. Because for the
You got
thesis,
one?
somebody got an antithesis.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
now we got this long drawn out debate, and and cameras and coffee, and nothing ever gets done.
Right, except people getting killed.
Exactly. Meanwhile, people are sick and dying.
Exactly.
Bring it out, bro. We're gonna wrap it up after this.
Isaiah 29:15 and 16. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Or shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
There it is. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Bob Babal.
That's right.
Turn those machines back
Mike Kennedy, as always, Akio.
Always.
Bless it.
Yeah, me and Uriah ain't gonna be there tomorrow, so you and